Hello, dear engineers and technocrats. Today we will discuss how to find out the trial and final control limits of X bar and R charts and how to plot and interpret X bar and R charts. You know that quality characteristics can be of two types: variable quality characteristics or attribute quality characteristics. For variable quality characteristics, we plot X bar and R chart, or we plot X bar and sigma chart. For attribute quality characteristics, we plot P chart for fraction defectives and C chart for number of defects. Here for P chart, it follows binomial distribution, whereas in C chart, number of defects follow Poisson distribution. For X bar and R chart, we assume that quality characteristic is following normal distribution. A control chart for variables is used to measure quality characteristics when the quality characteristics can be measured and it can have continuous values. So quality characteristics which can be measured and have continuous values such as height, weight, temperature, diameter of shaft, and volume. Such quality characteristics are known as variable quality characteristics. The variable quality characteristics vary as a matter of chance. The average of variable quality characteristics is called process average or central tendency, or we can say mean quality level. The mean control chart, means X bar chart, is used to monitor changes in the mean of a process. Any shift in the central tendency of the process is depicted by the X bar chart. The dispersion of quality characteristic values on either side of the average value is called variability of the process. The process variability is monitored with either a control chart for the standard deviation called sigma chart or a control chart for the range called an R chart. The mean or X bar chart measures the central tendency of the process. On the other hand, a range or R chart measures the dispersion or variance of the process. It is possible to have a shift in the mean of the process without a change in the dispersion, or a shift in the dispersion of the process without a change in the mean, or we can have shift in mean as well as shift in dispersion simultaneously. Therefore, it is necessary to monitor both the charts simultaneously, that is mean and process variability charts. When sample size is less than 9, we use a combination of X bar chart and R chart to monitor the mean and process variability. And when sample size is more than and equal to 10, we use X bar chart and sigma chart simultaneously uh, to monitor the mean and process variability. So it is clear the X bar chart is used to monitor centering of the process, whereas R chart is used for variation monitoring. Now here are systematic procedure of plotting the X bar chart and R chart is discussed. So initially we take at least 25 subgroups randomly at different intervals of time and measure the desired quality characteristics of the items taken in each subgroup. The sample size of each subgroup may contain 4 or 5 measurements. So for each subgroup, let's say we measure the quality characteristics and these values are x1, x2 and xn uh, in the sample of size n, then the mean of each subgroup is the sum of the measurements divided by the sample size. So we add all the measurements, sum them and take the average of these. So it will give you the mean of subgroup. On the other hand, a range of each subgroup is calculated by subtracting the lowest value from the highest value. So maximum value minus minimum value gives us the range for that particular subgroup. After taking n such subgroups and calculating the mean values and range values, we calculate x double bar. That is, we sum all the x bar values and take the mean of that. And similarly, we take the, when sum of ranges is divided by the number of subgroups, it gives the R bar value. Next step, we calculate the trial control limits for R chart by using this relationship. So we have lower control limit of R chart is equal to D3 R bar and upper control limit of R chart is given by D4 R, where D3 and D4 values depend on the sample size n. Let's say we have sample size 5, then D3 would be 0 and D4 value would be 2.11. If you take sample size 4, D3 would be 0 and D4 would be 2.28. So depending upon the sample size, we put the values of D3 and D4 from this table. R bar we have already calculated for near about 25 or 30 subgroups. So we put the values of R bar and D3, D4 and we get calculate upper control limit and lower control limit. After calculating control limits, we plot R chart. So if no range falls above the upper control limit, then above calculated control limit and mean range is used for future use. If any of the value falls above the upper control limit, we delete those subgroups which are above the upper control limit and we recalculate R bar value and control limits. We again plot R chart for the remaining subgroups and continue this process till the R chart shows control. It should be kept in mind that we should not delete the subgroups which fall below the lower control limit, as these indicate improvement in process. Once the R control chart is in control, then we find the control limits or trial control limits for X bar chart. Now, control limit of X bar chart are calculated by using these lower control limit is X double bar minus A2 R bar and upper control limit of X bar chart is X double bar plus A2 R. Now, A2 and value would depend upon the sample size. So if the sample size is 5, we take 0.58. A2 is 0.58. If sample size is 4, we take it 0.73. R value is the value when R chart shows the control. So here you can see that R value is used in finding control limits of X bar chart. R value R bar value is used to find the control limits of X bar chart, and this value is taken only when R chart shows control. So whatever value we have deleted when R chart was out of control, we will and later we will plot again R chart by recalculating R bar, and once it shows that R chart is within control, that R bar value is put here. We put here. So now it should be clear to you that R chart must be plotted before X bar chart. Because if you plot X bar chart without plotting R bar chart, there may be a situation that R bar value will not be within control. So we first plot R bar chart, and then once it shows that R chart is within control, we calculate the trial control limits of X bar chart using that particular value of R bar where the R chart is within control. After calculating control limits, we plot X bar chart. While plotting the X bar chart, we should not exclude, please note down, we should not exclude the subgroups showing out of control in the R chart. If the entire sample mean fall within the control limits, then above calculated control limits are used for future use. Otherwise, we delete those subgroups which fall outside the control limits and recalculate the control limits. We again plot chart for the remaining subgroups and continue this process till the X bar chart shows control. Once both the chart show control state, these values of X bar and R control limits are used for process control in future. Thank you for patience hearing.